Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. This is Dawn with Scrapbook Sage. I have some journals I'm really excited to share with you. I've been working on them for a while and it's just taken me a while to finish them up and get them ready for you. They are some nautical journals that I have made. Some of them are have my digital kits in them and as well as digital kits from other artists. So I'll go ahead and share them with you now. So I have this one here, and I am it will be on sale on my Etsy shop, and I am calling this Sirens Call, and it is just a really sweet one. It is a one signature journal, and it has a couple pockets here. There's one here, and there's a pocket here, and this image is from Carolyn's Craft Tree. She has a mermaid kit, and this is her mermaid kit, and it is really beautiful. And so I use that throughout this journal, and this is what I had created for Carolyn's. I'm on her design team, and this month I used her timeless journal cards, and this is so I put that here in the journal as well. So this is her mermaid kit. And I purchased this. I loved it, and I wanted to use it with some of the kits that I have around. So I'll go ahead and just show you what I did here. I was playing around a little bit with stencils. I'm still learning a little bit about stencils, but I had fun with it. I had some old stencils, so I used some distressed ink here and did a stencil here and did some polka dots on it, so that was fun. And then I had some letter stencils, and I put north, and then there's a beach here. And this is Carolyn's Craft Tree. This is from my kit, from my Go West kit. It's just a cut off piece that there was room for journaling there. And I have this I was able to use this really cool book. It's called We Americans, and it had some really cool ships in there as well. And I just have a cut off from my other kit there. And something that I do to sort of, what I do is I'll take a scrapbook page and cut it down and print on the other side. So again, this is Carolyn's kit. Excuse me. She does an amazing job. I love her mermaid kit. She has a lot of envelopes, and she has this file folder in it. And this is her envelope and little maps for ephemera. I really love it. So Lindsay Zenner has a pirate kit, and it romanticized pirates, and this is her page there. And this I've gotten from Design Bundles. This is also Carolyn's page. And I was able to get some books that had some nautical themes in them, so I just cut out some of the pictures from there and had fun doing that. This is actually a carpet, but it had those waves, and I thought it was sort of fun. And this is, again, Carolyn's kits. This is Lindsay's kit. This is from my, I believe this is from my Go West kit. And my kits can be found on Scrapbook Sage on Etsy, and you're welcome to see new kits that I make and stuff. I also have a Facebook page called Scrapbook Sage if you want to join that as well. So this is from my Go West. I have two nautical kits. I have a Go West and I have a Purple Sail kit, and I've used a little bit in both of those throughout these journals. This one doesn't have my kit in it as much. This is from my kits. But I really wanted to just play with all the nautical kits that were out there. So that's the first one. And it is covered with upholstery, or not upholstery fabric, but with wallpaper on the outside. And this is like a specialized paper, a little bit shiny. So that's the first one. And that was a lot of fun. Oh, I got the eyelash trim from Carolyn as well. She sent me some goodies, and so I was able to use that in the kit. I'm still getting used to using fibers. I don't use them that much. So here is another one. Oh, I'm sorry, this is shaking a little bit. Here is another journal that I made. It's similar in that it is covered in wallpaper, or not wallpaper, yeah, in wallpaper. And then I just used her images. I just cut the page in half and put it in front and in the back. And I really love just the simplicity of this. The images speak for themselves. So in this one, I do have more of my kit in here, the Purple Cells kit in here, and I thought it went really well. So this is an image here on the coast between Wheeler and Garibaldi, and I took this image and then I added it into my digital kit, Purple Cells, and I just love the way that it came out. My husband and I relocated here about 7 years ago. We wanted to retire here, and I wanted to have a sort of like a digital craft store or art store, and so YouTube has allowed me to do that. So it's sort of fun seeing these dreams come true. I love this page. My husband and I, we went to go look at the tide pools in Cannon Beach, and so this is a photo that we took, and these are called ochre stars, and then it has a lot of different creatures there. This is from Lindsay's boho turtle kits. This is one of Lindsay's kits too. I'm not quite sure which one. So I'm not an I'm learning how to just play with things. Like I'm definitely more of a crafter than I think an artist, but I've always wanted to be able to draw and play around and stuff. And I have a pink camera. I've had it for several years. So I was playing around one day, and I actually made my business cards, and I wanted to have one of my own images because I was looking at other things like, well, let me see if I can draw an image of something that represents me. And I've got my pink camera. So I just did some drawings of a pink camera by hand and was just playing with it. And this came out, and it's like, well, it's not perfect. It's not a perfect camera, but it's definitely me. So that ended up in my first kit, I believe. But it goes well with the Purple Cells kit. And so it was fun just playing and making that. Okay, Karita, this is all you. This is my friend Karita. She has let me use this image in this kit. I asked her if I could, and she said yes. She takes some amazing photographs, and that really is my goal. I wanted to have, when we moved up here, my goal was to have an art gallery featuring different artists and their skills. And my friend Karita has been so nice to let me use her photos in my digital kits. And I'm just doing a shout out to her. And I have other friends I'm going to be working with as well who I will be making digital kits using their images and calling out to them and having links to their sites for their artwork or their photography. I really love photography, and I really, there's so many amazing artists out there. So any way that I can incorporate their work or collaborate with them to share their work with the community, I am really excited about doing that. So I went ahead, and this is another photo that I made, and it was sort of one of the inspirational photos for the Purple Cell kit that I've created. And I made a belly band out of, that's some of the ephemera from my kit. And this, I believe, is from Lindsay Zenner. And this, I think, is either from Lindsay or Carolyn's Craft Tree. This is Carolyn's Craft Tree Mermaid Kit. And I have some of these, not the stamped ones. My friend Trisha Cole with the Cole family and we got together and we had a crop night. And so we stamped a lot of things for projects that we're working on. So she stamped this for me and I cut out things for her. But if you're looking for some of these old slips, I have a lot of them. And this is a fun way to use them, is just by stamping them with the theme that you're working on. in your books and stuff. This is my Purple Cell kit. This is from Lindsay's kit. It's a grunge, floral grunge. I'll just stay, and this is from one of her nautical kits. I'm not quite sure which one. You can go ahead and check her out there. This is another one of Lindsay's images. This is one of my images. This was fun. So I was just playing with scraps and I just sewed some together, and I thought I haven't done this, but if the owner wants to do this, sometimes I don't like to over personalize things, so that whoever gets the book can do it themselves and they can play a little bit. But it'd be fun to stamp a word right in here, and sort of, it's a fabric label, and you can do that with stays on and stuff like that. And here's another one down here. Here's a little belly band. And here's another, just a pockets with old bottles. I think that's fun. And here's some other images from that book and some history of just America. I thought it was cool. It had the ships in there. So I like adding little pieces of ephemera like that. And that We American Books is at least 20 years old. And this is another page from my Purple Cells. This is Lindsay's romanticized pirates. Here's another little image that we were stamping on book pages. I love this page. It's sort of a ghosted man surveying like the ocean, and it says sea quadrants is what it reads here. It's really vague, but it reads there a little bit. And then here is the page that has my Purple Cell page. So when we were walking on the beach, my husband and I, a couple times a year, these little, they are a little bit like jellyfish, but they're not. They sort of wash up on shore. And this picture just was so cool. It's one of my favorite pictures because it just captures them so well. And their story, they have a lot of different names. People call them Purple Cell. I'm not going to remember all of them, but they definitely have been inspiring for me. And I love this. It says, make your own way. And it's a little woman in a little seashell using a spoon to row the boat. So this was fun. This is one of the images from Lindsay Zenner has a vintage image club. And so I use that here, and we can use her images in our artwork, and digital artwork if we change it up. And I am wondering if I don't know if I have that image in this book or not, but I have transformed that image, but that was the original, and I'll show you how it changed if I have it here. It may be in one of the other books, but I'll show you that. And so again, oh, and these are guys of Italy. They're like Italian soldiers or sailors in like the 1700s. And so that was a cool image to make a part of the kit. And then here's a purple sailboat. This is some ephemera from my kit. I chose Sunrise because my name's Dawn, and I thought that was sort of fun. And what else? This was a fun page to work on too. So this was really interesting. This day, my husband and I were on the beach, and there were just birds everywhere. I mean, we'd never seen so many birds just flying, flying, flying. And it was a pretty sunset and everything like that. But I loved, this was a fun image to incorporate in the kit as well. So I love living in the Northwest and just being able to take different things. Okay, so this is the page that I made. So I used the image that was in the Vintage Image Club, and I did some things to it, and it turned out like this. And I just thought it was sort of cool, just sort of living here on the coast. We've got shipwreck, and it just sort of has that that moody feeling of the ocean sometimes here in the Northwest. And then this is Karita's same flower. I just made it a different way. So again, it was nice that Karita let me use one of her images. This is one of Lindsay's pages, and then this is mine, and it was really fun. This is actually coral, and this is actually some type of sea creature. And they were, I also transformed, they were like on black and white. It was like black and white images, and then I worked with them and made it into a vase. And that was a fun thing to do. So, and I love turtles. You will see turtles in my nautical books because I love turtles, like many of us. And this is just one of the photos that we, one of my photos that we also took, and I just sepia toned it and worked it into my kit as well. So I had a lot of fun. It was nice to just sort of document my life this way. You know, it's a little bit different. I love to scrapbook, but I don't have any kids or anything like that. So there's only so many pictures I can scrapbook of my husband and I looking at each other. And so it's really nice to be able to take the landscape and the oceanscape pictures that on our adventures and the things that we do, and work them in a creative way and share them with people in that way. So, and I think they turned out really fun. Cannon Beach is such a landmark here on the coast. So, and I just thought it turned out really well. And then again, this is that one page and another ship sort of, I don't know where this city is. I'm thinking it's probably more in Europe, but transposed over this picture from over in the Tillamook Bay area. So this is that book. I know I spent a lot of time on it, and it isn't this cute. It's a little, I don't know if you can see, it's a little fish bead, and I thought that was a cool dangle for this one. So I know I spent more time on that, but it was fun sort of debuting the kit. So if you're interested in purple cells, then you can go ahead and go to my Etsy shop as well. Scrapbook Sage on Etsy is what it is called on Etsy. So it's Scrapbook Sage on Etsy. So again, this is another little one signature journal. It has just simple beads here. It's not quite as elaborate. And again, I've used a lot of Carolyn's Craftery in here, and this is pretty simple. I think I was, it's more of a budget, a little bit more of a budget one. I've used, I think, a lot of the leftovers of just the different kits that I was doing. So, and it's priced a little bit less, but it's still a nice writing kit or a writing journal. And this was, so when I was making the digital kit, I was thinking of going this route for the purple cell concept, but it wasn't, it was printed up more blue than green, even though I tried to fix it a couple times. So this isn't like a perfect page, but I thought it went well in this book, you know, just using up, you know, what we do is we use up the things that we have. So for the budget journal, I thought it worked just fine. And there's some cute little images and fun things in here. I love this little turtle. Had to get somewhere in there. And so this is a much simpler journal. It may not have the bigger images and elements, but this is a cool one with the octopus with Lindsay Zenner. And I have maybe a few more embellishments in here, but this is called Seahorse Parade in my shop, and I think there's another image of seahorses in here. I don't know if I skipped it by accident, but it's really cute. a page that Lindsay created. Let me see if I can find that again. It's got the mermaids. Maybe it's in another book. But regardless, this is still called Seahorse Parade. And then I have this one here. And this, trying to remember what I called this in the shop. I don't remember what I named this in the shop. But this is another journal. It has, it has Carolyn's images in here. And some of my favorite nautical or ocean pictures from the coast. Here's, I use the purple cell there. This is from my Go West kits. This is a mermaid one. So again, I was just using up some of the pages, and I wanted to, I used Lindsay's kit on this one. This is Carolyn's again. So just some nice budget journals to sort of get you through the summer with a lot of nautical themes here. I love the sea glass. Oh, this is called, I think it's called Beachy Treasures because it has the seashells, and it's just more, yeah, it's just more general that way. So, and this, as you can see, is upholstery fabric on the outside. I have a lot of upholstery in my shop, and I will be adding more. And they're upholstery samples. And so what I've done, and the way that it has worked, is I take one of the strips, and then I took another one and another one. So I took the 3 strips and glued them together. You can sew them together. And it's nice because it gives a little bit of variety to the journal. It's not like just one type of fabric. You're using all 3 of them. And it's just as easy. I think it feels to me, because I've done both, and you'll see on, do I have the other? I have another one over here I'll grab. I don't know that this is going to go in my shop. So this is 2 pieces, and I just glued them together along here. And so this was fabric that I had, and this is some of the upholstery fabric that I had. And then here's the 3 pieces. And I do have sizes that are big enough for a whole journal as well. But if you're thinking, oh, I don't want to get that because it's not going to cover the whole journal, just think that this can be an option that you can use if you want to have some fun things. And the one thing about the upholstery fabric is I did upcycle it from a designer sample book. And so there's glue and stuff that can be along the bottom of them, and you can cover them with the lace like I did back here. But again, that's part of just sort of the upcycling and the things that we do. And so there is that. I will flip through this journal really quick. I'm not quite sure it's going to go in the shop, but I wanted to go ahead and give a shout out to Linda Menhall. She is a local photographer as well, and she has a shop in Astoria, and she has made this really cute calendar with these starfish. And so each month the starfish are doing different and fun things. So I made this for the shop, and this kit is from Dots. Dots and stuff, or I'll put a link below for both Linda's shop for her calendars and her pictures, as well as this kit here, because I'm not remembering it off the top of my head. I wasn't sure if I was going to show it, but I'll just show it to you really quick because it was fun to work on as well. And Linda just does some great things. So there's a little bit of a glare, but I got the Americana paper from Design Bundles. So I put this together just using some of the nautical themes that I had. Again, it's a pretty simple journal here, but it's so cute because like this is the back to school. So there's an apple. So the calendar that she has, there's an apple, and they're carrying books there. Oh, that's my stomach. I don't know if you guys heard that. And then when my friend Trisha and I were hanging out, we were stamping things together, so that was fun. And then we have a Hood to Coast is erased here. So she had a picture of the starfish doing that. And I'm sorry, my desk is shaking a little bit. And then I love this red vellum paper. Another friend of mine, we did a trade just recently, and I was able to put that in this book, and it looks really cool. And here is the little starfish with a pirate hat on, and there's the little treasure that he has. And he's down there by the Peter Iredale, which is the shipwreck near us. And then here's just a couple other smaller pictures from the back of the calendar of the married couple and of them racing again. Mm-hmm. So living on the coast, it's that nautical theme never goes away. It's just always here, and it doesn't feel like it gets old. So whenever I was able to obtain some upholstery and some books on home design, and this was one in the book. It had all these little nautical things, and it was just fun to put in the book. So it's pretty simple. I thought the little beads here turned out really cute too, because they sort of look like buoys, or not buoys, but floats. And like this is a rug. This is a rug that I cut out of that book, and that was fun. I'm sorry, you're getting some glare there. There's another rug, and here's a serving dish with a whale. So it's always fun when we can find the things that upcycle into things that we love. I thought this was really creative. It's fish. They're like wind charms with the fish. And I've got some pockets, and again, that was that carpet catalog, and it just had all these nautical themed carpets that work good as little pockets. I didn't quite get this done for the 4th of July. I intended to do so, but got distracted with a couple of other things. So this is going to, we'll probably go in Linda's shop, just because it seems to be an appropriate place. If it doesn't, I will have it up on my shop, and you can go ahead and see that. More may be coming this way because we're partnering together. So like I said, I'll go ahead and put her link in the tab below as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was a little bit longer, and my table was shaking a little bit. I apologize for that. But if you enjoyed the video, if you like nautical things, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the like button. And if you want to get more videos like this, go ahead and hit the notification button. Again, these will be at Scrapbook Sage on Etsy. It's a beautiful afternoon here, and I hope you guys have a good afternoon as well. Until next time, you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.